What's up? Welcome to the Beast Lab. I know things are a little bit crazy out there right now. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of news today. I know things are tough out there, so I was actually pretty excited and quite honestly relieved to make this video to give you guys exciting lacrosse news, something to look forward to. East Coast Dies has dropped a new head. It's dropping midnight Sunday night before Memorial Day, and it is called the Weapon X Natural. As you can tell, it's a bone-colored head, and it looks like the Weapon X. So, right off the bat, let's talk about why this head is coming out. The original Weapon X, the OG, was designed to be an all-inclusive total midfielder head for face-off guys. It wasn't supposed to be a FOGO head. We wanted it to be more rigid. We wanted it to have a full offset. It's still the only face-off head specific out there that has a full offset for midfielders. It had a strong scoop. Everything about it was built to last. The plastic, everything was designed to maintain its shape. Those of you guys who watched me in the PLL last summer, you guys know for the most part that I only used one head the entire season. And not just the entire season, I'm talking the entire training camp, the entire PLL season, the 2 or 3 days a week that I would take reps with my high school and college guys throughout the year. And I'm still using the same head. So when East Coast Dies came to me and said they were creating a softer version of that head, I admittedly was a little skeptic. I'm not a big bone-colored face-off head type of guy. That's changed my mind. I have been able to get this thing in my hands, and I think that the idea behind this was not to create something better. But what's the only knock we generally hear on this head? Guys love the shape. Guys love the feel of it when they're cradling and shooting and scooping and doing everything. But the most prevalent thing that we've heard is it's a little too stiff, because a lot of guys are used to the FOGO heads that are very floppy. So the idea was, let's give guys who like a softer head, more of the guys who maybe they're only specifically face-off specialists for their teams, a head that is softer, does wrap around the ball a little bit more, and collapses on the ball. And that's exactly what this head is designed to do. So this is the fresh new Weapon X Natty. It's coming out Memorial Day. In the second part of this video, I'm gonna show you what it looks like under duress. I have another one in my garage that is exactly the same as this. The only difference is I've been putting it through the blender for the last 3 months. I'm gonna show you how it's held up. I'm gonna show you how it flexes, and we're gonna go from there. So here is the new East Coast Dies Weapon X Natural head for all you face-off specific guys out there, and I'm excited to show you how it's performed. I think you're gonna be pretty impressed. Hey guys, what's up? It's Greg Beast back here for this part 2 of the East Coast Dies Weapon X Natural review. And I have, like I said, I've had this for 3 months, and I have been trying to put it through the blender. I do the same thing stress test wise that I do with every head. I pass it around, I let other guys try it out. Obviously, for the last month and a half, I haven't been able to pass it around to other players, so I've been myself trying to put it through the blender. Guys who work with me know that I legitimately try to break the heads that are given to me for review, so I don't just kind of mess around here. I try to crank on it as much as I can. I try to blast it and try to give it as much as I can. The retention on this is insane. The same shape. Now look, this is the exact same shape, trestles, scoop, string holes, everything as the OG Weapon X. The difference is out of the box, you can tell how much softer it is. And I would argue that even though I've been using the OG for over a year now, that this maintains its shape even better than the OG. Because it's soft, it seems to bounce back easier. So I love that. And then here's the other part about it. I liked stiffer heads. I liked the Weapon X OG. I liked how it cuts in. This trestle right here is just a phenomenon when it comes to meeting another head 50-50. You can just come right over the top and push it down. Still has the same retentive strength right there. But what I noticed right away, it was just like slippery. It was more slippery. It cut in and wrapped around the ball better. And it didn't matter if someone tried to rejam or anything. This whole head will bend back and the ball will be stuck in there. And then you can pop it out however you want. So the flex points are all the same, but you do have that added advantage of being able to cut a little bit more underneath the ball than you did before with the OG. So, you know, the retention is great. The Flex points are awesome. The ball comes out clean. The scoop is great. The offset is all there. It's just that this is a slightly softer version. And I know for younger guys especially, the one knock everyone always had on the Weapon X, whoever tried it and didn't like it, was I love the shape, I love the idea of it, but it's too stiff or it takes too long to break in. And a lot of guys, especially Fogos, who are used to to softer heads that have that slippery ability to cut under the ball, they would vie for a softer head. So if you have been on the fence, or if you like the shape or the idea of the Weapon X, but you want to try something slightly softer that'll make a huge difference for you, this is definitely a head that you should try out. Now, for other guys who like the Weapon X and how stiff it is, the Weapon X isn't going anywhere. Still going to be on sale. This is just a secondary option for you for guys who like the softer side of a face-off head. If you are a guy who really like the OG, but you're more of a FOGO, you don't actually play on the field as much, maybe you give this a try. And I don't want you to think that just because this is softer that you can't scoop. Everything is still rigid enough. It's just a softer version of the Weapon X, which remember, Weapon X is a pretty sturdy head. So that's the difference. I would say that if you like the stiffer heads, if you do like the original Weapon X, if you do like the, what else the other head, the Command X from Under Armour, then maybe you won't like the softer version, right now. But in a COVID world where we're all sitting around right now looking for something to be excited about, looking for something to try new, if you're a guy who isn't totally 100% satisfied with the head you're using right now, then this is the newest face-off head on the market. It's the only one that's come out anytime in the last few months. Give it a try, because I think that you're going to really like it. It breaks in super fast, way faster than the OG, and it has the ability to cut under the ball a little bit more. So give it a try. This is the Weapon X Natural from East Coast Dyes. I highly recommend it. Obviously, the caveat is I helped develop the original Weapon X, so just take that with a grain of salt. That's why we also have two other people with their reviews, Dylan Bettle, who's headed to Marist next year, and we have Jerry Raganese, who's my esteemed FOA colleague. So they're gonna give their 2 cents as well. But this is my review, the Weapon X from East Coast Dyes, Natural.
Yeah, I really like the new Weapon X. It still holds up really well, and it's a little softer than the OG, so you can really slip under your opponent's stick, but it's still really strong where you need it to be.
Hey guys, Jerry Raganese here, PLL face-off athlete for the Redwoods Lacrosse Club and co-founder of the Face-Off Academy, here to bring you the East Coast Dyes Weapon X Natural Edition. This is my personal one I've been using for the past couple months. It's my favorite head they've come out with so far. A little bit softer top rail so I can really wrap around the ball, but we've kept that stiff bottom rail for when I like to go stand in neutral grip to rip and lift out underneath my opponents. Tried and true scoop guys, best in the market. You're definitely going to want to pick one of these up ASAP.